Sometimes I miss being a normie. I know that sounds horrible, right? But there are some things that I do miss about it, like back when I used to listen to the radio, and I would listen to the radio nowadays, and I think it's cool, except it never plays any of the music I like. I mean, you guys know the kind of music I like: anime music, video game soundtracks, etc. I wouldn't want to listen to whatever garbage is coming on the radio nowadays with all this hip hop and R&B and I kind of like country music, but it's all got commercials and ads. I don't want all that shoved down my throat. I just want to listen to stuff that I would like, things that are kind of similar to the kinds of things I already listen to. Literally, what a radio station is for. And so I found out that Anime Bytes, a private torrent tracker that I am actually on, has a radio station. Now, it's not some like official thing. I'm pretty sure it's run by a fan. However, it is pretty nice, and I'm gonna mute the audio for the whole video, but you can see that the radio station does play right now. It's playing Final Fantasy III music, and I have to mute the audio, I'm sure, because it's all copyrighted, and I don't want to get copyright strikes, especially right before I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers. So after I get to there, and then I'll just need to get some watch hours, and I can monetize. Now I'll probably be making like pennies, but it's the virtue of it. Regardless, so let's get talking about what I have done. So I made this script actually that listens to this radio through MPV. And the thing is, with this radio, you have to pull it up in the browser, and then let's say you want to listen on your phone, and then you lock your phone. Well, that browser is going to stop listening to this within like 10 seconds. So if you want it to play, you either need to have a special app like VLC, or you could, I haven't even tried it. You could maybe install this on Termux and then listen. I'm pretty sure Termux has audio support. So maybe you could try that. But I was also thinking, if you're on the computer, you don't want to open up a browser, or maybe you're just on maybe like a server and you're in a TTY and you just want to listen, then you can open this up. Or even if you just don't want the browser open because it takes up a bunch of memory, you can just open in a terminal. Plenty of use cases. I just thought it'd be useful. Plus, it gives you notifications, native notifications on your system for what's now playing. So I'll get into how to run the script now. So let's go over here, and you can see that it has a few dependencies. So you're going to need to run pip install WebSocket notify to JSON and time. Those are all the things that we need. Now, I already have them installed, so there's no point in running them. If any of those are wrong, or if you don't need them, if they're pre-installed or anything, it's whatever. I'm not particularly familiar with Python. This is the first time I've actually written something in Python. The second thing that you need to do is you need to install the dependencies down here. So you just need curl, entr, libnotify, mpv, and of course Python. And since that's different on every system how to install, I won't go over that, but those are usually what the packages are going to be named. I don't think it matters if it's Python 2 or Python 3, but I guess you can try both. I have in the actual file, it invokes whatever is that user bin Python, so whatever's there, you're going to have to see. And if it doesn't work, then try Python 2 if it's Python 3, and if it's Python 3 that you have at user bin Python, and it's supposed to work on Python 2. You get what I mean. Just try both Python 2 and Python 3. I don't know anything about Python in case you couldn't tell. Next thing that you want to do is you want to git clone this repository. So I'm just going to copy that over here, paste, and see it should go pretty quickly. It's just a shell script and a Python file and a make file. And so we go in here and you can see there's the make. So all you have to do is run sudo or do as, I use do as, make install. Oops. Wow. And it should automatically put all of those files, which is just 2, in the right place. And then from there, all you need to do is just go into whatever, well, you can actually invoke it from the terminal just by typing abr-listen. However, I would recommend putting it on a keybind, because it actually, well, it doesn't have any output. The only output that I have set up is to do notifications for like now playing, or if there's some kind of error, or it does give you instructions on how to stop it when you first invoke it. So you can do this. I'll do it for the sake of the video. So we'll do abr listen, and you can see it says run touch home swindles.done. So all I would have to do is open up a new terminal and type in, I just type in touch /done, and that would stop the radio. So now you can see it says now playing. So there's actually a delay on the notifications. With the stream, I found that whenever I start it, I'll be 13 seconds behind. And I don't know if that's because of caching or just because my network is kind of slow, but you can actually change that value if you find out that the notifications are showing way too late or way too soon. You can go into the repository and go into notified.py, and you can change sleep time, and it basically will sleep whenever it detects. So it goes to on message after it opens the WebSocket, and that's like the API, basically how you look at it. And when it detects a message, it loads that message, and then it gets all the information. And then down here, where is it? 1 second. I'm kind of blanking right now. I'm sure you probably see it on the screen. Let me see here. Sleep. There it is. So once it gets to the playing, because that's what I just need whatever song is currently playing, it'll sleep whatever sleep time variable is, which is 13, and then it'll get all of this information, so the title, the artist, and then we'll construct the notification, and then we'll show the notification. And it basically just does this forever until you kill it. And you can change that variable, like I said. And you saw what the now playing variable already looks like. I want to show you, if you do not want to listen, I have it default set to 128 kilobytes per second or kilobits per second, whatever. You can change it to whatever you want to listen to. So you could have it in FLAC if you wanted to. Now, I don't want to use a lot of, bandwidth doing this, because it's probably going to be on for an extended period of time without me killing it. So I'm just going to keep it at 128 kilobits per second, but you can just come in, comment this out, and then uncomment whichever bit rate you want, and it should work just fine. So let's go back here. I didn't change anything. The last thing that I want to show you is it's using MPV and curl to play, so it curls the stream, and then as it's curling, it pipes it into MPV. And even since you can't hear it, I'll just show you. If we go to Pulse Mixer, oops. And yes, I'm in a Linux virtual machine right now. I set it up because I wanted to make it on Linux, because I know most of my viewers are probably using Linux versus OpenBSD. So I make things for Linux and then port them to OpenBSD, basically. But you can see that MPV is playing. We can turn up and down. But I have the system audio off. I just don't want to get copyright strikes. So that should be it. I just want to say there's no commercials on this radio station. And if you have an Anime Bytes account, you can get on the IRC, or you can just log in with an API key. It's all the help on there is on the IRC. But then you can actually add songs to be played on the radio station, which I think is pretty cool. I don't do it frequently, but sometimes I will if I want to listen to something. Anyways, I think that's all that I have to talk about. Let me show you how to kill it. So if you do touch, like I said, /done, you can see that down here, ABR listen just closed. It doesn't give a notification or anything, but the way that I do this is using entr, and I touch at the very beginning the done file in the home or the home directory, and then it uses entr to basically monitor if it gets changed. And I realized if you touch a file, I think it just updates whatever time it was last edited, which counts as a change to entr. So then it will literally just, hold on, I'll show you. Enter, it kills MPV's process ID, which I have up here. I have it exported to MPV PID, and then same thing with Python. And then the flags, so -P, that says only, it says like do not do it until the file changes, because the default behavior is that it will do whatever command you give it the first time as soon as you invoke it, and then whenever whenever the file gets changed, it just keeps getting invoked every time it gets changed. And then Z is to quit after the very first time that the command is invoked, because we only want it to be invoked one time if we're only touching the file one time. And then we remove that file, and then there should be no traces of it left on the system. The stream does not get sent to your drive. I'm pretty sure it just plays in memory, but you can see up here, it's just curling, and there's the API key. If you have one, you can come here and fill it in, but it's not necessary. And then it gets piped straight into MPV, and then exports the ID, like I said, and then that's it. And it runs the notification script, the Python script, and then from there, that's you just listen to the Anime Bytes radio. I'd say, like I said before, bind it to a key, and then bind the stop function to a key, or you can really just go into a terminal and type in this command. It's not that long, but I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.